So the recipe that I'm going to share with you now, I think is an essential for anyone that's pregnant or who's just had a baby. It's the perfect snack. So these are my energy balls. I sometimes call them amaze balls because there you go. Would you like one?
I would love one.
Because they're so good. These are the perfect snack. They're made from predominantly dates and nuts and other things, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But you can make them yourself and you can keep them in the freezer for up to 3 months, or you can keep them in the fridge for like a couple of weeks.
They're so good.
I'm going to have one out. They're so
Delicious.
good. These have got dates, nuts, some coconuts, some peanut butter, a bit of maple syrup.
And actually dates, it's a little bit of a midwife secret. So if you're pregnant from 36 weeks, if you eat 5 dates a day, there's a research study that shows it actually can help sort of ripen your cervix.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
You're less likely to go overdue, you're less likely to need an induction, and the latent phase of labour is shorter.
To this mix you could add things like cocoa powder, you could add any dried fruit like goji berries or cranberries. You could use, I'm using mixed nuts here, so I've got some cashew nuts, some walnuts, some hazelnuts and some Brazil nuts, but you could use peanuts or any nuts really, you know.
And I think just to reassure women about eating nuts in pregnancy, so it used to be kind of a long time ago that they said don't eat nuts in pregnancy, just in case it caused an allergy for the baby. And actually the opposite is true. So we now know it's perfectly safe to eat nuts and actually encourage it, because exposure during the womb can help reduce allergies, because actually babies, the amniotic fluid will be flavoured by the food that you eat. So if you can, eat a wide variety of foods in pregnancy, it means that when you come to wean your baby, when they're 6 months old, they're more likely to be interested in all the different flavours that you see.
So interesting, isn't it? We're using a food processor.
Could you do it without? Or?
Yes, I was going to say that. If you haven't got a food processor, please don't worry. What you could do is use it with chopped nuts, and either chop your own dates or buy chopped dates. So it's fine. It'll be a little bit more textury, but it's completely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it in a minute, but I'm going to add...
How much do you think that is?
The nuts. That's about 100 grams of nuts. And the same of dates. And I'm just going to blend that. So that's blended really well. There you go. We've got it until it's kind of almost like a crumb with a tiny bit of texture, you can see. But okay, so then we need to add a spoonful of coconut oil.
It's a really healthy fat, so unsaturated, and it's good to have some fat in pregnancy. It's going to really help with balancing out your blood sugars. So you don't need to avoid it, and that's why this is a really great sort of snack to have for labour.
And I've also got peanut butter, again, that is great. You could add almond butter or a bit of protein in it, and a little bit of maple syrup. So you've got all those, I guess all these ingredients are going to give energy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Great labour snack.
Great labour snack.
And, afterwards when you just need a bit of energy, when you're feeding baby or sleep deprived, you crave a little bit of sweetness, don't you?
Yeah, tiny bit of vanilla essence. And then at this point you could put any spices that you wanted. You could maybe put some cinnamon, turmeric as well, maybe some nutmeg. You could even add a little bit of cocoa powder. So you can really kind of play around with the flavours, but this mix is so good on its own. So I'm gonna just blend that again for another minute or so. So you can see now, it's kind of all come together. Be careful when you're getting the mixture out because of the blade, but you can see that's come together perfectly, stuck together, and now all we need to do is roll it and make our balls, which is the fun bit. So we've got the mixture in our hands, which is great, and then all we need to do, make sure your hands are clean. You can do these as big as small as you want.
Like about
half
3 centimetres dilated?
Yeah,
maybe?
3 centimetres dilated. There we go, she's the midwife. So that's it, and all you need to do, what I do is I roll them up, I put them on a bowl, and then you can pop them in a Tupperware and keep them in the freezer.
How long for?
3 months. Really, really good feeding snack as well.
Yeah.
Or nighttime snack, or also if you're going out and about with baby, or to appointments, and you just need that energy boost.
They look great. And they
energy
taste great.
balls. Yeah, enjoy.
Lovely.